His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their side is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up to be a patriot. You have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Commercial, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. If that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, particularly dead and useless. Why will such a misconduct make you Weah vexed that you will stop the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, you are following the place of Moses. Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, particularly dead and useless. Why will such a misconduct make you Weah vexed that you will stop the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, you are following the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commends the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Their respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This moment is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived. And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah. Ranging from people on the bench of the Supreme Court, they got letters from George Weah. If some of them choose to pay him back with evil, it's up to them. The very Gabriel come out today. He worked in the previous administration when Weah came. He also got another letter again. If he chooses to do what he's doing, it's up to him. But one thing I can tell you for sure is this is how Weah had always been molded. That's how God has already molded Weah and catapulted him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they can. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to pride yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy. You're becoming a bad person. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But there's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happen in this country and people are now seeing it as being right because their side is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up to be a patriot. You have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. the law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Of March 2026, the reign of Judah Christopher, the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, as they perceive it, political dynasty, but it is not. Another day, people. Thank you so very much that you join us. Real Talk Kings 88.5. We are on it again. This is another day to speak truth to power, irrespective of who is involved, what are the conditions, whether they like it or not. It's another day. I'm Sam Andrews. As always, Sam Andrews. Very thankful to God Almighty, the creator and sustainer of the universe, that he kept watch over us. He has brought us into this day, a day, again, that people are about to get vexed. They are already vexed. They are so mad. They are wrestling against themselves. They are talking by themselves, walking, talking by themselves, sitting in the dream wall. They just confuse everything, governance, political. They just confuse our men on the other side. So it's another day again to increase their political fever, another day to increase their trauma, another day to get them vexed. They say we're still on exile. That 12 years, we agree. Teacher Lizy, anything they say, we agree. Yeah, we agree. So that 12 years, they say we agree. But those 12 years, you have not gone 3 years. And then you're vexed within yourself. You might likely fall and die before you even reach the 12 years. So it's another day, people. Thank you all for coming on. Yes. So let's do our announcements as quickly as we can. Then we can get started. Before then, let's bring on some of you as quickly as we can do. That time is off. The Essence, Colin Banks, Brockville, Moulton Corner Road, Flexible General, Clay District, Bombing County, Roland W. Toll, District Titan, Asata Miller, So Clinic Community, Red Lined, Roof Bodua Bine, Phoenix, Arizona, Mohammed Bari, District 6, Manjebe Son Kamara, James Wilson Corwell, Wookie Davis, Clady Allison, Delaware, USA, Bellatier, Jacob Town, Painesville, Mamin Jackson, Blamo Nimle, Providence, Rhode Island, George Neer, Topo Village, Jeremiah Labla, Soul Clinic, Gaza, Rita Euler, Dixville, Saturday Woodaway, Atlanta, Georgia, USA, Bappin Paul Lee, Johnsonville, Enoch Snader, Douala Market, Nathan M. Blair, Barcelona, Spain, Stephen Fowler, Gardnersville, Chicken Soup Factory, Stephen Yakardi, District 2, Lower Magabi County, Montolian Son, Broville, Fifth Kelvin Bappin, Nema United, Paris Sloba, New Jersey, USA, Sterling Bozo, Congress City, Mansare Abdullah, JJY Community, Philip Topa, Dallas, Texas, Heron T. To Jr., Rita Christine Hates, Massachusetts, USA, Bremen, Bentokiadi, Silva, Washington, Broville, Jucontichie, Business Center, Johnson Street, Orita Jikla, Precious Zia, Your Office, Vamuya M. Fofana, Lakpei Jerry Jr., Your Kakata City, Moses Batu, District 7, that's District 7, Sackley, PA, Grand Cape Mount County, David Givler, Mandra Market, Waterside. My dear sister Orita Sunday Choir, welcome. Hope that you are faring well. It's good to have you on the show this afternoon. The chairman himself, Roman Rico, Kenny Ball, Latupan for short, chairman, Block Titan, Intellectual Center. All of you great people, thank you for coming on. We appreciate all of you people, and we are always inspired by your presence from Monday to Friday. Sacrificially, you're on. 1, 2, 3 announcements. Then we get into what we've got for today. The first one, you're already aware that you've been doing extremely well with helping us financially, and something is in the making. Those of you who follow Teacher Light in the evening, he made it clear of a possible relocation, and that goes with technical preparation a lot more. And so the institution needs you than it was at first. Acknowledgement is made of all of your contributions from the beginning, but we have reached a point, the turning point, the transition point. The transition point is purely technical. It carries so much money. A transition is about to take place from one point to another, moving from the known to the unknown. So it is a broadcast crossover, just as you people will say at the end of the year, it's a crossover. At least we will cross it over, but we having wash near. You can say wash near crossover. Crossover means you're moving from one end to another. So this is a broadcast, an institutional transition from one end to another. So it is very technical. It is costly. To be honest, we wouldn't sit and try to cajole. The last thing you ever want to do in life is to cajole people, to lie to them. No. Job say, upon my dear body will I compromise my integrity. So we cannot compromise our integrity. Integrity is also telling people the truth, being honest with them. Simple. So there where we are, we need your support, please. The basket is back. It's been off for a while because we had to give you a chance to do other things. So wisdom demanded that we pause on making a request. So for several weeks and months, we didn't, but we were working behind the scene, as we are still working behind the scene. A lot more is happening. By the time we reach the completion of that, you will be excited, you will be joyful, you will celebrate from where you are. So we need you more at this point. Financially, we are about to transition. So whatever, please, whatever, do it. We need your finance. We need money, whatever you can. The basket is back. It's on the screen. All of you who are online, you're seeing it on the screen. 0555 885 885. 0555 885 885. That's the send wave. 0555 885 885. The local mobile money 0777 017 885. 0777 017 885. Please, we beg you, we humble ourselves to you with every ounce of humility that you aid us, please. Whatever you can drop in the basket, you please do. I can tell you when the transition will be. It is only the boss himself, AB, can say that. I'm talking about it because he broke the news. So that means we can say that's how we work institutionally. Once the boss has not said something, he hasn't given his approval, we can say. But he has said it, he has brought it out to you and requested your support. So we are buttressing the boss's effort, whatever you can. The details of how the transition, so that you will know, he will explain that to you in the fullness of time. But we need you, please, whatever you can financially, please drop it in the box or the basket, rather. Again, the numbers, the mobile money numbers are 0555 885 885. 0555 885 885. The send wave, people out of Liberia. In Liberia, 0777 017 885. 0777 017 885. Let's get to a few developments out of Liberia, and then that will be doing it for today. Exiled Ugandan opposition leader Bobby Wine says he intends to go back to his country, Uganda, despite facing ongoing threats, according to new interview with France 24. Bobby Wine resurfaced in Washington, the United States, after spending nearly 2 months in hiding in Uganda, following what he described as a violent military raid on his home ordered by the son of President Yoweri Museveni, who is head of the military, and threatened to kill him if he ever landed his hands on him. Bobby Wine fled the country after Uganda's presidential election, which gave President Yoweri Museveni a 7th term, calling it illegitimate. Speaking from the U.S., Bobby Wine called for international sanctions against President Yoweri Museveni and those he accused of violating human rights and subverting democracy. An investigation is underway in Kericho, Kenya, after 32 bodies, mainly children, were exhumed from a mass grave. Police initially went to the site to retrieve 14 bodies, but the number quickly rose after more remains were found. According to the government pathologist, Dr. Richie Ongogri, the bodies were discovered stuck in bags. The bodies include 7 adults and 25 children, along with several body parts. The pathologist added that some of the bodies appeared to have originated from hospitals and mortuaries, but that will be further determined after autopsies. And lastly, Namibia has blocked Elon Musk's Starlink from appearing in the country, rejecting its application for both a telecommunication license and access to radio spectrum. The regulator, CRAN, gave no explanation for the refusal, saying only that the full reasons for the decision can be requested from the authority. Those are some of the developments unfolding out of Liberia. Let's get to this mystery country. Mystery country. See what we've got on our plate. You know, everybody still have this Guinea stuff in mind, but that is the trending issue now. That is the topical issue. It's not going to go down or go to bed early. So yes, you're right to keep talking about it, keep thinking about it, keep joining the conversation from where you are. The government itself is confused with that. But let's go to His Excellency, the President, the global icon, the standard bearer of the Congress for Democratic Change, George Manning Weah, away from Guinea, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Wahala. Let's talk the president, the iconic icon, George Weah, who is destined foregone conclusion, returning to the presidency of the Republic of Liberia 2029, and all of the mess created and being created presently by Unity Party will be corrected. A foregone conclusion. Why Mr. President, the current president, is worrying, having been faced with a simple situation. The global icon continues to receive global recognition. The big difference between George Weah and Joseph Yuma Boakai, called former President Weah any way you can call him, say anything you can say. His distinctiveness in terms of how he conducts himself gives him by the day or adds to his global stature. The world needs him. And this is why this country is blessed. If you people think that former President Weah is just a mere citizen, his time, his existence in this generation was predestined. Look at the onset, from the onset to adulthood to manhood. Look at all of his ascendancies into everything that he undertook or embarked on. Look at and see whether it's failure associated with any. You wouldn't find failure. When you see it like that in life, it tells you that God is moving along. God goes ahead of the person to prepare the way, just as he told Jeremiah, I will go ahead of you to prepare the way. He's needed even when the game, he has retired from the game. He's not been called to the game. He's not been called to do lectures on football. You people said yesterday, the man ain't no day, the man ain't no that, the man get this, the man not get that, the man not get that, the man a football man. Yes. Everybody have their area. Everybody has their distinctive nature. But how you use your distinctive nature is how the world gets to know you. That's what Martin Luther King meant when he said, even if the man builds his house in the wood, the wall will make a beaten path through his door, meaning the wall will need him at all times. This one is not football. Unity Party people say only football. Former President Weah knows. We agree. Teacher Lai say we agree, so we agree. We agree. Only football he knows. Thank God. Only football he knows. What you know and do best is what the world gets to know you from. And the world incorporates you. The world accommodates you. When you don't know who you are, the world does not know you. Since you say only football he knows, we agree. Even God used that expression. You don't know that every expression that you use, you think that negative expression, you think you're demeaning George Weah, but you're adding, you're explaining the supernatural imputation or blessing. What you're explaining. God in heaven used that same expression on Apollos. What did God say? He said, only John gospel he knows. And what did God do? Only that gift he used. And then what happened? Apollos did exploit. God did exploit through Apollos. The same God said, only John gospel he knew. So if you're thinking that bad expression, you're thinking you're going to be demeaning Weah, you're just explaining the supernaturalness associated with this man. What you know, you demonstrate it. The world does not know you for bragging and boasting. The world gets to know you and respect you when you can demonstrate what you have in you by nature. And everybody will agree that you are somebody of substance. Former President Weah is somebody of substance. They won, they're not politics again. I mean, they're not football, sorry. They're not football again. The man now has been called to deliver. Why Mr. President sitting here going after people vindictively? The man is being called again on the global stage. This time it's not football. Stick it in your ear. This time around, he's going to do a lecture, but not lecture about football. He paused on that. An expert is called at any time and is ready to deliver at any time. When the man say he's not a politician, he says, oh, the man not there, oh, the man not there. Bwaga went and made a scene statement. The man is far, 50 times ahead of Joseph Yema Boakai. 50 times. The only thing that President Boakai, the only edge that President Boakai has over former President George Weah, President Boakai is vindictive. He has that vindictive edge. That's the only thing. And we are in one that kind of character. To be vindictive is to be malicious, is to be hateful, is to keep grudge, and such characteristics are characteristics of the devil. They are not characteristics of the Spirit. They are not characteristics of God. They are not characteristics of Jesus. They are characteristics of the devil. That's why James said, where are all these coming from amongst you? These are not characteristics of God. That's the only edge Boakai has over Weah. He's vindictive. Weah isn't. So, here is it. The former president and standard bearer of the Congress for Democratic Change is one of few selected speakers for the 16th edition of Oxford Africa Conference 2026. Oxford Africa Conference 2026. Listen, organized by Oxford University Africa Society. Oxford University Africa Society. This gathering runs for 2 days, 16, 17 May. It will take place at the Mathematical Institute Andrew Wild's building. This year's conference theme, according to the organizers, is Anchoring Africa, grounded leadership in the age of disruption. Did you get it? Anchoring Africa, grounded leadership in the age of disruption. You hear any sporting thing there? It's purely politics, leadership. Why I'm saying this way in a simplified manner, so your Unity Party people, you will shut your oral cavity and start portraying yourselves and your president as the only educated people or the only person they can call. Boaga went to deliver a dress out of Liberia. He almost failed on international disgrace, domestic disgrace. Weah has never faced any gathering and fumble. The man you're saying educator. Weah faced audience, multilateral audience, tap brass, veterans, economic veterans, political veterans, leadership veterans. Just think of it. All those people all around the world. Not a day he fumbled. Not a day he slept. Not a minute, rather. But our men go down there. You saw it. So much so that when he's going to make a public address, the entire country is worrying. The country is scared. The team was chosen based on Africa. The reason for this team, based on Africa's need to navigate fast-moving political, economic, technological, and climate shifts. Just consider these as the thematic areas. Anything here? Football inside? You see versatility? The way you see George Weah in this country, that's not how the international community sees George Weah. The international community sees George Weah far above. In his own country, you narrow him. That's why Jesus said a prophet is not respected in his own home. Listen again. The reasons given for the team. This is the team. Anchoring Africa, grounded leadership in the age of disruption. The reasons Africa need to navigate fast-moving political, economic, technological, and climate shift. So yeah, what the former president is going to do as part of his lecture. He's going to explore governance, economic growth, entrepreneurship, media and culture, sustainability, and artificial intelligence. Few of the many thematic areas. What did the organizers say? They hope the discussion will forward well beyond the conference, underscoring its role as a platform for policy, business, culture, and academia to converge on Africa's future. Former President Weah and standard bearer of the Congress of Democratic Change career, just so you know, for years, bridge sports and statesmanship. A 3-time African Player of the Year. He later served as UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador and was appointed in 2024 by FIFA as chair of its Committee Against Racism and Discrimination. Former President Weah keynote address is expected to highlight leadership rooted. Listen, you, your Unity Party people, you open your ears. You say, "Une Boaga no book in Labro of all the current people." Or just let me put it between the two. You say Boaga no book more than we are, but the people, they ain't get time for Boaga expertise. Boaga expertise are right here. His expertise are go after political opponent. His expertise being vindictive, hateful, grudge-driven. That his expertise there. The organizers, they concluded by saying, former President George Weah, global icon, keynote address will highlight leadership rooted in resilience and inclusivity. Rooted in resilience and inclusivity. You'll be talking all the play. Yeah. The person you put more on in life, all of the time that person God can prosper. Just watch it. Some of you have that experience in your family and in other places. The person that you put more on all the time, you mugging that person, saying all manner of things, that person, God in heaven, even if that person is wicked to the core, God in heaven will stay calm to prosper that person, to shut your mouth. That's why he meant when he said, "I will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies." So you see, he's preparing tables of different kinds, prosperous tables in the presence of his enemies, Joe Boakai and the rest of his people, Unity Party people. You'll get ready for that address. It will be streamed live across the world. You'll get ready. It will be streamed live. That's what the organizers said. Everybody, you will be in your room, in your living room, in your office, walking by line, wherever, in a nightclub or in a day club, because it will be in a day, according to the time, the British time, it will be in a day. So wherever you will be, you will watch it live. The whole country will see the man being introduced, called to the stage to deliver a lecture. They're not speech. There is a difference between lecture and speech. Lecture is where you provide expertise. Yeah, they call it professional knowledge, professional idea that people feed on. They take, just like the professor comes to the class to lecture the students. At the close of the day, they have an insight, an understanding, things that they didn't know, they did not know they will get to know. Things that they had little knowledge on, they will now have full knowledge. Broaden their understanding, broaden their mentor. Not anybody can do it. He's not alone. He's on the stage with other global icons, but they are few. So that's it. You'll be there. We are never come out of power. We are never come out of the presidency. We are. You'll be on road. We are. You're thinking about we are now. Take a simple thing before you can solve it. All right. So before I go to the other issue, it's rough. Everybody who thought that it was going to be rosy for them, Unity Party Alliance, they're not feeling it now. It's tough, it's rough. Things are hard. They use most of them to accomplish their aims. One of the groups, the man who said Boakai is his relative, Emmanuel Gonkwe, head of the Economic Freedom Fighter of Liberia, decided to vent out his frustration. Unity Party not giving them attention. Unity Party not giving them a dime. Unity Party not calling them to any meeting. Unity Party people not doing anything with them. They ain't see them as being significant again. Yeah, what he wrote in a vexed manner. He said, the group, now he referring to the group, this body was created to represent the voices of alliance members, coordinate effectively with the Unity Party chairman and the government, strengthen unity within this political marriage. Instead, that's a diversion and diverting. Instead, poor leadership has crippled its purpose. Poor leadership. Not poor leadership from his organization. He's not referencing his organization. He's referencing Unity Party. That's why he started by saying the organization now, this group called Unity Party Alliance. We came together under this umbrella to push the agenda, the rescue mission. We were successful. Now, in 2 years of the government, we stay sitting waiting. Nothing happening. Other people park balling, our park can ball. What really happening? Other people getting opportunities, we can't get opportunity. They even denying us from going to meetings and other things. Sit down, and you say your momo. So he said, instead, poor leadership has crippled its purpose. The spirit of the alliance has been weakened, and the structure now operates in a way that benefits only one side. Which structure he referring to? Say, UP Alliance. They looking one side now. They ain't got time for them. They ain't got time for them. He said, this is not partnership. This is not partnership. This is imbalance. How do we talk about all the disrespect across various agencies of government as alliance members? I must be clear that I must be clear. I am not one of those who run to the president seeking personal appointments. Meaning, he admitting that things rough. No way for the people to, he won't see president, but no way. So he put it in a way like he doesn't want to. Who does not want to see president? Who does not want to be in a president's presence? Who does not? The aura of the presidency alone. So if anybody tells you, look, I let to be calling president. Yeah, I let to be there, I let to be that, I let to be that. Just forget that thing. Yeah. Just leave it. They're using that expression to get closer. Majority of the people who said that, when people said to them, oh, I will make sure you see the president, they did not turn down that person's position. They opted for it. What he is admitting to is they've marginalized them. You get all the top that Unity Party people then, Mo Ali then, Bwaka Jaliba, Nito Lai, all of those men then, all of the Bwaka Pigine. The men don't taste power, they not see real money. People who were not handling, they were not handling 5,000, 10,000 US. They posting 500, 1,000 US bundle. Then they will sit down and allow other people to come. The men and say, no alliance thing here. We finish. When we get into 2020 now, we'll come to you again. Use your as surrogate to succeed if they will ever succeed. He said, I must be clear. I am not one of those who run to the president seeking personal appointment. When necessary, I advocate for others through established and respectful processes. I believe in systems. I respect order. I honor structure. We are not just unhappy. We are deeply dissatisfied within the Unity Party Alliance. It mean by men laugh. It reached the boiling point, yeah. Chief, very early, They say small shame better than big shame. Equally, early shame better than late shame. So just try to take your exit as quickly as you can. Don't be like Kafka. He's sitting out there waiting, say things will improve. These people, they ain't ready to help you. These guys were poverty stricken. They have the opportunity. Some of them were renting. Today, they have the opportunity to build their own house. And you think they will sit down there and allow you to come and do all kinds of things? The people ain't got time for alliance. Alliance will only come into full effect when it go into elections, 2029. But for now, no alliance. So your leader thing. Yeah. Good for you. Okay. So let's go to the man who in the Senate, the senator that tapped the woman butt, very rude, very reckless, very irresponsible. Today, since he did that thing, not a single person from his floor, the Senate floor, not a single senator ever look in his face and say it's wrong. No one. Every one of them, they are silent as if nothing wrong. That tells you, it validates or confirms everything that we have been saying, that is clear. Everybody knows now. Once it is a unity party person, everybody, they are silent. Once it is an opposition, everybody shouting. But there is one thing that you cannot dismiss: public record. You can't dismiss. DeLong is on record. We have his voice for saying he was stone President Weah convoy. Yes, sir. He's on record for saying he was stoned. President Weah convoy. He's on record for making reckless statements, irresponsible statements. Listen, nobody respects you because you inkosu, you shout. Yeah, it's how you conduct yourself. You can never look at anybody and tell them they are immoral when you're not exhibiting immoral behavior. When you do things, your past always haunt you. The past is never dismissed. The past is never erased. The past is eternal. He's on record for saying during the Weah's time, we stoned the president convoy. That expression is treasonable. Let anybody use that expression today. You'll see the military, Unity Party, military, police, military, AFA, all those people, you see them coming. That's why I said yesterday, for us, and I can't say for everybody, but for us, media people, Kings 88.5, if they think that they're looking for something on us, they'll have to go and ask God. The reason they'll have to go and ask God, because they will not see it. So maybe they want to use God to pour something there because he's the only person that can perform mystery miracles. We will remain refined, intelligent, we will remain analytical as we have always been, and we will change people and change society for the better. We do it by following you, getting all of your records, keeping them. DeLong is in our gallery. Almost all the politicians, they're in our gallery. The man is on record for saying they were stoned the president's convoy. Who can say that today? He's on record for lying on his plane ticket. He's on record for bad reasons. It's now shouting and screaming. Shouting and screaming. Today, what he did to that lady, whether it was at the lady's approval or not, it is as grave as what they sent Prophet Key to 6 months in jail. The Chief Justice said that they will use the court to clean society. Ironically, his own Unity Party person gave a public show of unruly conduct, which warrant investigation and expulsion or suspension by his colleagues. But they said no, it ain't anything. Nobody should use Dillon stuff to be knocking people butt, but you can use it as Dillon's theory. You consider that Dillon's theory to knock women butt. He's noted for that. We know that because his record is available, his video available, everything available. So Marvin Cole from the House of Representatives, Marvin Cole took on the matter, and Marvin Cole is calling for demands for action to be taken.
Should have a major security support. Dillon, who are talking about, oh, we gotta cut up our budget and we gotta do the element. They don't have much moral animal. This young man came here, he was a light of this place. But you saw what he's doing on television. Dillon should be prosecuted or resign. 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 The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. This is wrong. No, the line has, his line would have gone off. It has been depleted. Dillon, who are talking about, oh, we gotta cut up our budget and we gotta do the element. They don't have much moral animal. This young man came here, he was a light of this place. But you saw what he's doing on television. Dillon should be prosecuted or resign. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. This is wrong. No, the line has, his line would have gone off. It has been depleted.
He said to CDC lawmakers when they were in opposition that they were spineless. They did not have the balls. We can say today that the Senate is spineless. The Senate does not have the balls to look in Dillon's face and tell him that was wrong. You brought the Senate, you brought men who into disrepute. And then what? That the expression they were using in opposition, every little thing, oh, bro, womanhood into disrepute, womanhood into disrepute. All your statements you are making will stay getting. All right. So he brought men who into disrepute. Honestly, that was grave, unruly conduct. If that man's wife or if that woman's husband is man enough, he will press charges against Dillon for molesting his wife in the open. That is a molestation. Today, the so-called gender advocates, the so-called human rights people, none of them can say anything because he is a senator. If that was an opposition person, forget it. And this is why you so-called gender advocates, gender-based violent advocate, you people don't have the balls, you don't have the spine to say anything about people in this country again. We dare you, we challenge you to come out. We should not see you on social media. We should not see you having press conferences. We will take on you people. Now we know that you people are biased and you people only fought for a few dollars. You people don't mean well for this country. You don't mean well for your own sector, the women. And this is no generality. I'm talking to those advocates, those people who call themselves advocates, those women. You fought for a few dollars. Your fear that when you come up, senator see you, the senator will take telephone and call you. So you went and had that press conference and you say XYZ about me. So you mute yourselves. But when it's other people, then you're screaming and shouting like you know all about human rights, about gender this, about gender that. No reason why. You people can get the 30% representation that you people have always sought for in this country because you people bias nature. Why you can talk about Dillon? Why you can call the women in the Senate? The women in the Senate, they sat down like nothing happened. That was very rude of a senator. Imagine senator, whole senator. Imagine a whole senator, not the woman bought. Molestation, which warrant suspension immediately by majority vote of his colleagues. But because he is a unity party supporter, so ain't nothing. No, ain't nothing. But God has a way of exacting justice. God has a way of avenging. But you women, the so-called advocates, women advocates, gender advocates, you people don't have the balls and the spines. You people are spineless. And these are the words that Dylan was using in opposition against CDC lawmakers. The same word comes back. Jesus said, God said, do unto others as you have them do unto you. He made us to know those words. We did not know those words. Those are the two words he was using. They are spineless. They don't have the balls. So you have the spine to knock the woman butt in the open, in clear view of your unity party, your Liberty Party, pro tem, Yombly Kanga Lawrence. On International Women's Day, you demean women. You brought womenhood, women reputation into the mud. That could have been another person. That shouldn't have been you. Critical voice, Senator Darius Dillon, in the presence of your political leader, Yombly Kanga Lawrence, and all those women advocates, all of those great women of Liberia sitting down dead. Ego. Now the woman but molested the woman. He was tempted by the woman. He was flirting within himself. He was romanticizing within himself. But he could have taken that lady and go and do something. I say he got money. So Marvin Cole is calling for the man's prosecution.
Should have a major security support. The long who are talking about, oh, we gotta cut up our budget and we gotta do that. They don't have much moral animal. This young man came here, he was a light of this place. But you saw what he's doing on television. The long should be prosecuted or resign. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. This is wrong. No, the line he's not gone off, it has been depleted.
No light again. No light. But he wasn't a light. He was never a light. He was never a light. What the Bible says about Satan, what did God say about Satan? He disguises himself as angel of light. That's the law right there. That's what God said of Satan. Satan will come as a light. And that's how God told us that Satan is going to come. And at the end of the day, what happened? Everybody will see a true color. That's how the senator looking. He said, light, light, light. What happened with the light now? He will light for CDC. He will light against CDC. He ain't light to expose the ills in society, the ills in his very place. Call he said, senator, taciturn senator.
Should have a major security support. The long who are talking about, oh, we gotta cut up our budget and we gotta do that. They don't have much moral animal.
This young man came here, he was a light of this place. But you saw what he's doing on television. The Lord should be prosecuted or resign. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. This is wrong. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. This is wrong. The idiot were all around slapping another woman back. This is wrong. No, the line has, his not gone off. It has been depleted.
All right. So let's go to another bias. You've been hearing the news that some lawmakers have decided to expel Representative Yeke Koluba. I'm not going to say Unity Party made him. That is history. They knew why, and he consented, and he did for them. That is not my concern. Our concern is the present. Let me say it this way. Yeke has to define his role. He has to. If he is in the opposition with us, then he has to be with us. I say it because every time I watch something about Yeke, every time he gave an interview, not only will he talk Boakai and the other people as he would do, but he would turn to his own base, criticizing the opposition, condemning the opposition, using undesirable expressions against the opposition. You tend to wonder where he is. In politics, you need to have a base. When you don't have a base in politics, you are vulnerable. Once you don't have a base in politics, you don't have a ground, you are vulnerable. He has to define his role. If he is with us in opposition, then he cannot be lambasting. He cannot be condemning. He cannot. What opposition you see doing that? Do you hear Simeon Fremont condemning the opposition? Do you hear Musa Bility doing that? Do you hear former President George Weah do that? Do you hear Tewan Gonglo and the other people who are within the opposition do that? No. When there is an issue, if they have an issue with the government, they express it in a more refined manner and be finished. The truth hurts. It will go into the government's soul, marrow, bone, flesh, skin. You don't see those guys fighting amongst themselves. You can be an opposition person and then you lambasting the opposition, you insulting opposition leaders, you saying all manner of things. At the same time, you're against the government. You have to take a side. Because when the opposition says, we're not supporting you, the man is on his own, you don't have our backing. Unity Party can do what they want to do to you in a twinkling of an eye. Yeke, this is a simple political reason and experience we are sharing with you because we saw it in the past. You're not infallible. No one is fallible. You can be removed. The public can even withdraw its support from you. With the man is against the opposition. The man is against us. So no problem. Whatever the government wants to do, whatever his colleagues want to do, they can do. Simple. You're out. This is why you need a base. The base supports you. The base goes there for you when there is something. That's why you have to be connected. No man is an island. Everybody needs everybody. This political village is small. Somewhere, somehow, we are intertwined. You need a base. That's the first aspect of what I want to share with you from about this whole thing about a possible impeachment. So the news came out, and I was listening to Israel this morning, and he played a clip from Representative Yeke Koluba quoting Representative Priscilla Cooper, who is a stalwart of Unity Party, as saying that if he, Yeke Koluba, does not or doesn't go or come out with public apology, she will sign the resolution. Listening to that this morning from Israel show, I soon concluded that truly the information that been coming out is true, and that they already had or have this covert resolution. Today, just before we came on the air, Marvin Cole confirmed that President Boakai wants to recall the legislature, and the second item on that recall, the expulsion of Representative Yeke Koluba, because Unity Party don't want to have him in this government any longer. What he did within the Congress for Democratic Change government, it will not happen. Just as they subdue Prophet Key, that they have all of the might, all of the ability to subdue Representative Yeke Koluba. Have a listen to Representative Cole.
I think the Speaker, the President, there have been so many representations. And my understanding is we're going to be called, there will be an immediate recall by His Excellency Joseph Yohan Boakai. I please call to Speaker Richard Nangwekona, Deputy Speaker, last night, trying to ascertain the reasons for the recall. And my understanding that Honorable Yeke expulsion was part of that. And I've given an opinion on that matter, that issues like involving our friends or colleagues to be expelled, that person should be given the opportunity to be held, let him be held, so that those things that he said, he will be able to be very explicit. And I want to be invited. I'm not going to be part of any expulsion of any of our colleagues. If Yeke Koluba was to appear here, I would never participate in expelling Yeke Koluba. I want to be very clear. But I think the centrality of what is happening in Lofa, those individuals that are responsible, in as much that if Yeke issue is to be part of the recall, we should also be calling the Minister of Justice. We should be calling the Minister of Internal Affairs, the Minister of National Defense. We should be calling the Foreign Affairs Minister, and all of those individuals who have concerns. Those individuals should be invited so that they can give first-hand information, because they are operating in a security apparatus, so that they will be able to inform us what is happening. It does not jive in my mind that we are going to have ourselves, or the president is going to call us to expel one lawmaker. I don't think I try to disabuse a lot of our colleagues' minds that should not be the reason. If it is the reason, we should be able to be very cautious about what we do. So I am just disappointed to have heard that this country has major issues, because we are concerned about the things that are happening in Lofa, because it's scary. Like people like that bordering, Bon County is bordering with Lofa County, and then extension to Guinea. Even Bon County is also having a border with Guinea. That is very important. So we are concerned. The President of the Republic of Liberia, we should take his word. What all he has said and what Yeke has also come out to talk about, those are things that warrant investigation. So it should not just be all that people put resolution together and we will expel Yeke. I think our colleagues who are trying to embark on that want to discourage them. It's not the way to go on this matter. if Yeke made that comment, the first thing as a responsible legislature we should be able to do is support team of responsible and experienced lawmakers to contact our counterpart in Guinea, so that we'll be able to listen and have a dialogue. The military will always want to solve some of the issues militarily, but as legislators who have responsibility and duties to our country, both countries, we can sit down and mitigate peace. I think we should be able to do that. That is very important.
So, in addition to that, two lawmakers, apart from Representative Marvin Cole, Ta Wongbe, and Alex Noah, said it was a childish thing. They're not going to be a part of any plot to remove, eject, expel, impeach, just use all of those words that relate to exiting Representative Yeke Koluba. That people are entitled to their opinion, and the Constitution provides if that opinion impinges on anybody's right or an institution's reputation, the person can be called to answer for that, which means the person is given the responsibility or the space to explain. No one understands a person than the author of any statement. The person who makes that statement understands and knows it. And he is the only person that can interpret. These two lawmakers or three lawmakers said they're not going to be a part of it. That is not the way to go. There are major things that the country has got to look at, wealthier matters, than to concentrate on trivial things. And they are right. I share their opinion. This is a real distraction. Yeke Koluba is not Guinea. Yeke Koluba is not Liberia. Yeke Koluba is not the situation in Guinea, that when you expel Yeke Koluba, then the situation in Guinea ends. Certainly not. People made statements all around here about this Guinea situation. The first thing, Dillon unruly slapped the butt of a woman in the open. That alone impinges on the reputation of the legislature. It impinges on, it tints the rescue government character. Water of investigation. Important. Yeke made a statement. Dillon made a statement by action. The two people made statements. Statement by action and statement by words. If you met Dillon now, he will give his interpretation. And his interpretation will be different from ours. How we see it, it is not how the person who did the act will explain. So too, the man who made a statement. Yeke made a statement. It is democratic. People disagree. People put their opinion to things. It doesn't say the government isn't working. It doesn't say the government is on the wrong path. It does not jeopardize anything of a solution that is being found. So Yeke made a statement. How does it stop the ministry, the government from proceeding as they are proceeding? Did they stop the president from calling Emmanuel Macron, as we've been hearing? Even though the ambassador for France said she has no idea of that, but she will try to find out.
I cannot talk about this eminently political and sensitive issue first to be very honest with you, because I need to get some instructions. I don't know exactly what's happened and how France, which your President Ouattara, seems to have called, French president. I don't know exactly. I don't know what they said. I don't know. But if we can help, like ECOWAS, like AU, to stop the dispute in a way. We are friends of Liberia, we are friends of Guinea, we are friends of Sierra Leone, we are friends of Cote d'Ivoire, we are all friends. So that's very important for us, that I think Liberia has had enough of war, and so we want to support this desire for peace and a diplomatic issue. But that's all I can tell you.
How Yeke statement stop the government from doing what it is doing to solve the problem? It doesn't. Not at all. Why people will try to elevate this man? Sorry to say, but only people who are low will elevate Yeke all of the time. His colleagues in there too. His colleagues in there. They have made statements on that floor. Imagine, look at how that floor is always noisy, unruly. They use vulgar expressions in that House of Representatives. No one hold them to account for it. Every time Yeke, they're elevating Yeke. They're promoting Yeke the more. If you impeach Yeke or you expel, even though the Constitution Article 43 go for lawmaker, impeaching lawmaker, the president, vice president, speaker, and other officials. You want to remove Yeke? It will not stop. It will not give the House of Representatives anything of a decent conduct. The House of Representatives is just that noisy area, unruly behavior exhibited by majority of the people in there. Mr. President, too, if that is true, I don't want to believe Marvin Cole 100%, but he said, according to Marvin Cole, he called the speaker. According to him, when he heard the news too, that there are plans, there is a resolution, a covert resolution signed by majority of the colleagues to remove Yeke from the House of Representatives. He thought to place a call to the speaker. And according to him, the item that was one of the issues, I think the second item, Yeke's removal, according to Representative Marvin Cole. According to him, two items. The second, the removal of Yeke from the House.
I think the Speaker, the President, there have been so many representations. My understanding is we're going to be called, there will be an immediate recall by His Excellency Joseph Boakai. I placed call to Speaker Richard Nangwekona, Deputy Speaker, last night, trying to ascertain the reasons for the recall. And my understanding that Honorable Yeke expulsion was part of that. And I've given an opinion on that matter, that issues like involving our friends or our colleagues to be expelled, that person should be given the opportunity to be held.
What way, Prophet Chief? You stop elevating Yeke. Now, let me reference you people to Philbert Brown's latest post on Yeke Koluba. In my opinion, it's in twofold. One, that the guys are mistaken that Yeke Koluba is state traumatized from the war, used as child soldier, brought up as child soldier. The second, that it doesn't make sense because they will be setting a bad precedent too. If they ever reach the point to eject Yeke Koluba from the House of Representatives, it is not whether it is not that he was doing it to CDC. He did already. CDC time is over. We face with the current. Yeah, the media powerful, the media strong. We will continue to flag. We'll continue to talk. That's why we are Kings 88.5. We fear nobody. We do not fear Mr. President. We do not fear Vice President. We do not fear nobody whatsoever because we are doing no wrong. You are only afraid when you are doing wrong. We respect our country. We respect our government. We are intellectuals. We intellectualize the issues. Hence, they can look into it and say, those people, the thing they're talking there, it makes sense. Even though we are not on the same path, they are opposition, but I think it makes sense. So, after we, Kings 88.5, flagged that issue repeatedly, gave it the interpretation, the understanding, culturally, rightly, of President Bouaka making a telephone call to the son of the late Solomon George and not wanting to go there, which was wrong on culture. Today, his office announced that this evening he's going to visit the bereaved family. His office has just released. They said President Bouaka will this evening visit the home of the late Honorable Solomon George on Front Street, Monrovia, to extend condolences and sympathize with the bereaved family. Didn't Mr. President extend condolence? Didn't he? He did. So where is he going now? You can extend 2-3 condolences? No, because we hit the nail on the head that it was wrong. He went to several places. But because Solomon George, they see Solomon George or his area and other things, they find it not necessary. So he advised to Mr. President, just call and express your condolences. Then they pull it up. His Excellency, the President of Liberia, Joseph Yuma Bouaka, telephoned the son of the late Representative Solomon George to express his condolences. And the thing that they thought that they were saying something sound. It was wrong. They talk about culture, and they do not know cultural principles. The family, they never satisfy with you at the gravesite of the church. They are satisfied whatever words you offer as consoling. It touches their soul. It takes away the grief because it is at the grieving place called the house. That's why traditionally people can go to where the grieving family is. You hear the people say, where the family house? We heard of our friend, is that where is the house over there? You never hear anybody say they're waiting for the funeral, then they will go to the church. They will go to the house. Anybody who is traditional. The church, and for everybody, you go there, you know anything like consoling the people, few people get tribute because not everybody get tribute. But almost everybody can say a word or two to the person at the house, the grieving person or the grieving family. We've experienced that. You think when you're in power, then you know everything about culture? Come on. Yeah, nah. Ain't you going there? The man going down in history as the first president to express condolence 2 times. Hey, rescue man. Yeah, the man going down in history as the first president in Liberia to express condolences 2 times. Former President said he never did it. She expressed condolences 1 time. Former President, we are never. He expressed condolences 1 time. Oh, y'all continue to listen to us. We are to help y'all, right? To change your thinking capacity, to give you good reasoning, to help your that things. I say, oh, okay, thinking right, acting right. We're not against you. All of us in the space. Huh? You get your idea, we get our idea. But you feel that your idea is best. For us, our lay simple wisdom, the one we're using. And we tell you that we're wrong. You, president, you went to the other place. You went to that other place. Your people all around with serene. They're putting it all well. His Excellency, the president went, sympathize with this. The president didn't. The president didn't. Solomon Joy supported you, yeah. He called George Weah. He said George Weah would never come back. He departed from George Weah. You took telephone. Say the president expressed his condolences by telephone. What? Wow. So that's it, man. That's it. What other thing Marvin Cole said, and we go. Oh yeah, he talked about the conference.
The Unity Party-led government.
Okay. So he has something to say about how the government is just immature. The government lacks direction. Things are just not on the path as they portray it.
The party-led government is confused. These are people who came and called themselves responsible government. They are very confused. Look at the other idiot, Milton Blighy or whatever Bob Nicky, who murdered people. He's sitting in the public space talking about Guineans will be at the border and will be in our country. Because when you say that, I think this government, if this government is responsible as they claim, this General Bob Nicky or whatever, he should be immediately arrested by the Ministry of Justice, because you are trying to hash tension, because we got issues that should be handled diplomatically. You see, look in Nimba, they are ex-combatants. I mean, this is not good for our country. This country is on the time bomb. You can see the division, you can see the hunger and the test. Let me tell you what is happening. If confusion or fight was to ensue between Guinea and Liberia, God forbid, those people who should be on the front line going to Guinea to fight, they will not go to Guinea to fight. They will come back on their brothers and sisters to fight them, because the hatred that we have here is so huge. So I think the only thing I heard that President Boakai is doing to pursue diplomatic channels, because we don't have any capacity to go to war. We've suffered a lot. Amputees are all over in our country. People's limbs are all cut off, and nobody want to have a recurrence of those kind of situations. So I think the president quest to ensure diplomatic resolution to this matter is the best one. And every other institution should be able to do the same pursuit. Nobody should try to grandstand and try to carry on a legislative pageantry. That is all will expel Yeke. If you expel Yeke, meaning that the Guinean will go back, or the matter will be resolved, or because Yeke says so confused. These are people who came and called themselves responsible government. They are very confused. Look at the other idiot, Milton Blighy or whatever Bob Nicky, who murdered people. He's sitting in the public space talking about Guineans will be at the border and will be in our country. Because when you say that, I think this government, if this government is responsible as they claim, this General Bob Nicky or whatever, he should be immediately arrested by the Ministry of Justice, because you are trying to hash tension, because we got issues that should be handled diplomatically.
But they don't see anything wrong with Bob Nicky's statement. Butt Naked did several videos, several podcasts threatening. They heard it, they listened, they watched, but it wasn't important. The justice minister goes to the Ministry of Information and say people making comments in the print media. Print media means newspaper. On social media. He smartly avoided mentioning radio stations. But you can tell from his statement it's implied. You can tell from his statement it is implied. But out of fear, he avoided. He said social media and print media.
The government warns all citizens and residents alike that statements and analysis intended to inflame and undermine our efforts will not be tolerated. The issue of conflict and threat of escalation is sensitive and must be treated with the utmost patriotism. There have been raising numerous comments, commentaries, statements, utterances, claims, allegations, etc. on social media and the print media about the situation that are bringing Guinean border. Allegation, etc. on social media and the print media. 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 And the print media. About the situation that are bringing Guinean border. These comments have the dangerous propensity of inciting fear, panic, and chaos within our communities.
So, what the Justice Minister delivered yesterday tells us that they don't know proactive move. Butt Naked, their own Unity Party men, Butt Naked threatened war. Butt Naked threatened people. Butt Naked tried rallying. He was using his platform to rally. You don't look at Butt Naked to stop it. When you hear something or you see something, you know that it will cause problem. You cut it off. You neutralize it before. But because they were enjoying Butt Naked, so it was not important until the ex-generals and other people start coming up. Nobody started making outlandish and inimical statement that borders on the countries or on the investigation or the diplomatic reputation than Unity Party people. The first person, Weah, the Minister of Information, Unity Party Minister, what he did was, it was insightful. It's the same as creating uprising. Those statements they were making, they were broadcasting to the larger public. If you sit down and you do a podcast, live podcast on Facebook, you are going not only around your country, but the whole world. It is a broadcast just as I am broadcasting. You're not talking to one or two persons. So whatever you do, you are rallying people. You are sensitizing them. You are changing. You are brainwashing. You are hypnotizing them by your broadcast. And that's what he was doing. That's what the Minister of Information did. When you say that if you think we're not doing anything, you can go and take arm and go in Guinea to go fight. Then instead of being specific, that one I know that Senator Snow, the Justice Minister, was talking about when he mentioned AI. He said people doing AI generation.
Control of this situation, and all non-state actors should resist from acting outside our constitutionally defined framework. While the government reaffirms its commitment to the rule of law, freedom of speech and the press, and the upholding of our democratic principles, we will not hesitate to take appropriate legal action against individuals conducting themselves in a manner inimical to the country and its people. We hereby inform you, our citizens, that there are lots of fake AI-generated images, photos, and videos on social media about this situation. Hence, we want to admonish you to be aware of them and don't panic when you see them or run to judgment or base your judgment
So listen, we are in the war of technology. Liberia has just started to enjoy technology. Liberia is new to the techno war or the technological war. Democracy, technology, and democracy. You see the West? They use these things to translate a message, to send an idea. There is nothing wrong with that. Our culture will try to be a sensitive culture, but it is a loose culture. That's the irony of our country. If that was used in a way, because they've used AI generation for things promotive of unity party, promotive of the government, promotive of government officials, they weren't saying anything. But because the AI generation was used in this stuff, before, when the Iraq war started coming out, people from other side, other places, they created characters. They put Obama in a position. They put the Iranian president, Ayatollah, prior to his death. Everybody. AI. Say the United States ready. The Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, ready. Ayatollah Khamenei is ready to resist. Different AI generated. And it was so fun. People enjoy that. But it doesn't say it can alter anything, the reality. The Minister of Justice, for whatever reason, but we know that Edwin Snow he was referring to. Edwin Snow did an AI generation of Joseph Yuma Boakai, put him in the military, so with a pistol, yeah. And then Unity Party people gang up against him for your status. You call yourself senator. Look at what you're saying of the president. Should you treat the president this way? All kinds of things they were saying. Then Snow came and made a clarification. He brought the original and the one he generated. So what's wrong with that? Who believes anything AI? Who believes anything AI? This country is getting exposed technologically. So when the people see AI thing, they know. When they see real thing, they know. I expected him to have said the AI generation or the AI image created by Senator Edwin Snow is wrong. We don't want to hear it again. I expected him to have said the statement made by Meton Blai, butt naked, even though he can't call him butt naked, but let me say the way here. Meton Blai, we don't want to hear it. Be specific, then we know that you read it. Then these people will not do, because that's one of the ways you come about with deterrence. Then the people will not. You said, Sam Andrews, what you said on the radio was wrong. We don't want you saying that again. Sam Andrews will not say it. But you say the people in the print media and social media, AI generated, you don't believe them. You're not speaking as minister. No. Be specific. You don't leave everything hanging. Moreover, you blame yourselves for the speculations and every other thing that happening around this Guinea stuff, because you people were not proactive from the beginning. You people took the thing as a show. You overlooked it. You felt that it was just going to be a mere something. Now, yeah, I said, sorry, before I get to the line, Verite News is reporting something that the Guinean authorities said not a single inch of their territory will be taken. That's what Verite News is reporting, quoting Guinean authorities. that not a single, the Guinean's Minister of Territorial Administration, Ibrahima Kali Kondi, said not a single centimeter of Guinea territory will be taken. All right. So that's it. Those are the 2 pointers for the day. Again, please be reminded, former Liberian president and standard bearer of the Congress for Democratic Change, George Weah, is one of the few selected keynote speakers for the 16th edition of Oxford Africa Conference 2026, organized by Oxford University Africa Society. It will take place on May 16 and 17 at the Mathematical Institute Andrew Wiles building. This year's conference theme, according to the organizers, is Anchoring Africa, Grounded Leadership in the Age of Disruption. It was chosen based on Africa's need to navigate fast-moving political, economic, technological, and climate shifts. Former President George Weah will explore governance, economic growth, entrepreneurship, media and culture, sustainability, and artificial intelligence. The organizers said they hope the discussions carry forward well beyond the conference, underscoring its role as a platform for policy, business, culture, and academia to converge on Africa's future. That's your invitation to follow. It will be streamed live around the world. Let's read a few of your comments, then we get to the line, and that will be doing it for today. Matterson said Boakai is very fraudulent. He's hiding something from Liberians. Is keeping us in oblivion about our dispute with Guinea. Tobasi, expel. Yes, Representative Yeke Kolba can be expelled by fellow lawmakers. He can be removed by 2/3 vote for expulsion, not impeachment. Roosevelt Kuman, Yeke Kolba was duly elected. Miata Dan, she has no class. For Dillon, he is an idiot and a molester. In court suit, the husband lady should file a sexual misconduct lawsuit against him. Edwin V. Hoff Sr., the government has any character? Question. Philip Topa, I like how Yeke is beating the drums. Yesterday, it was fun to dance. Today, their feet are what? Blur? Gregory Palo said Boakai is the most corrupt and wicked president we have had in Liberia. Let's go to the lines. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 9803 75. Hello.
Sam Andrew Day is Franklin G. Maya, calling for Cranky County. No, that your justice minister, he don't know what he's doing, what he's saying. If a reckless man, a butt naked, who anytime someone can catch them, our chicken or air will catch it. That reckless man will make it our statement, justice minister got nothing to say. The officer representative got nothing to say about it. The justice minister will say things that making no sense to the Liberian people. Your information minister came out and said that if the people feel they come and go and go for again. Those statements not intensifying things. They're not looking at it. when they irresponsible law, you know, hearing people that went from their arms with so like when I tell you intensified things, before naked, I won't bomb. I not quit to FDA Johnson. I have to spoil the chat. He's not thinking about it. Well, they're not ever arresting someone in teaching. I'm sorry for the law because of the country. Thank you. Yeah.
Hello?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mr. Andrew, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call my Popo Kono, down Coast Spoon Hill, Winter Community. Mr. Andrew, thank you very much. I think you talk about 4 pointers, but let me firstly congratulate His Excellency Dr. George Manuel Weah for his preferment. And I believe our support, Excellency Dr. George Manuel Weah, is not in vain. We support him because we know who he is. Mr. President, go and shine the torch of the Republic of Liberia. May the Almighty carry you safely and that you will wisdom so that you can represent Liberia ably in the international community. Thank you. That issue has to do with the statement coming from Melvin Cole. I support Melvin Cole 100%. In my mind, this government is just carrying on another distraction because this is a hallmark of Unity Party. Whenever they grossly perform and they grossly incompetently perform, they always like to divert our attention. In my mind, the issue in local country have overwhelmed this government. They have no ideas on how to solve it. That's how they want to use Yeke Koluba issue as a scapegoat to divert us. But we want to tell them that the sanction for Yeke Koluba yesterday, it is this thing Yeke Koluba that they used to come to power. Yeke Koluba is not doing anything new.
Right, Chief.
What he did for them yesterday is what he's doing. Let them stop distracting us and wake up to the reality. Yeke Koluba did not say anything that is fictional.
Okay.
He's doing his job.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yep.
Yeah. My name is Alexander Physical from Brazil. Yeah, but I ask you, yeah, I want to know for you. How does that see to be? Go or who?
How you see Boaga to be go or who?
You see, you learn more Joria, but you see, I don't know the problem.
You learn more than Boaga. But we know your problem.
What happened?
What happened?
Discussing for what?
Every time we are discussing Boaga for what? Yeah?
So when I come back, anything you do, you will not come back.
Boaga will not stay there. Anything you do, Boaga will not stay there.
But I will come back.
Boaga will not stay there.
You're not stay there, huh?
Oh, you say you're not stay there. And you say you still teach us. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon.
My name is Hussein. I'm Hussein Keo when I call from a Jakarta. I listen to the pointers. But firstly, I know we have a responsible government here, and they will continue to act responsibly. You know, many times when people are commenting on the governance of our country, they forget too many things. You know, Sam, I overheard you saying why the president is not visiting the late Solomon George. Then my question go back to you.
No, I did not say why he isn't. I said he sent by telephone, according to his office, his condolences to the family. And we said that it was wrong. It was uncultured. Now they confirmed today that he will be going there this evening.
Okay. So, Sam, if I may ask you, and it's up to you to respond, who have got the most relationship with Solomon George in that of former President Weah and President Boaga?
We're not talking about President Weah here. We're talking about Boaga. Speak about your president and be gone.
So the president has other priorities, which of course the late Mr. George is part of those priorities and schedules of his time. Look, since the president calling on the legislature or we calling on them for that break, there's a very, very serious situation. And there is a problem about Yeke being impeached. Look, I thought citizens who have been calling some of the worthless lawmakers.
Hello. My man, cut the radio off, please.
Sorry.
We are fine.
Yeah, my name is I call from Christopher. Thank you for the show and thank you for all the pointers. My attention is due to the issue. The border issue. I think when Israel on the show this morning, you are highlighting how somebody saying text and throwing doing the behavior of border in this country, making you to take some of those actions. And I want to believe it because right after the Satan issue, we listen to more of what he said. And there are people that get connection to that star. They also possible people like more and other people that in the government, they have a link with people to that star. To send their grievances concerning the issue, but they are part of the government and they eating the money, they don't want to resign. So for that, they send a report to that side, a report, they made video, all those things. So he decided to take first, he revenge of what is going on with the people here. To believe that. So the next issue is about President going out to go see. President Weah is a teacher for these people because most of the time, anything he does, that what Buhari can follow a lot. To do like what he just said about saying that he's not a politician. When Buhari appeared on ERBC, he said the same thing. When we asked to break ground for a place, they said they were going to do the same thing and so many other things. Even the song that was found by CDC, it was a song that they were following during the campaign. So all the things they said is too clever, they wild, but their action prove the opposite. Every time they
all right, Chief.
To denigrate themselves. So thank you very much for the show.
Thank you too for coming on. Have a nice midweek. The women, I beg you, I know you're calling. No way, bouncing back. So your call too. Your call on the main line because your line it developed problem. But God's that one that I got Benny. We have it in a better stuff. Okay. So we'll be here. Your call on 0772-23-99-33. The women, your call on that number too, yeah, because your line is not functioning. 0772-23-99-33. Your call on this line too. I'll put you on. Hello.
Yes, I'm Peter George.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, I'm Peter George. I'm calling from.
Yeah, you on, George?
Yeah, if my thing is it's problem in Lopa is not a small problem, but the government they are not looking at that issue. They are looking get Koduba to point out for the Senate, and the issue in Lopa, if you look at the army, if you look at their badge, you will see that it's not even getting alone because if you walk as well the badge, you will see many armies, the model guys. Yes, look at you Kimberly, you see a badge. You get to know that it's not even getting to you alone.
All right, Chief. Thank you. All right. Let's go on this side. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Doing fine, oh. Yeah, let's hear you.
Mr. Andrew, I ready to know what happened to the United States. Our government ready to pay a lot of money to RLG. You were here yesterday.
So where they going to spend money?
RLG.
Oh, they're going back there?
They will go back to remove your company. They go RLG. They were in the RLG will remove. When I see 4 people, they can go back to remove your Koruba. Yesterday, the people were pressing your Koruba. And we were telling them why your Koruba doing is what they said, they make it say the truth. Today, they mention the truth, then they walk after you. Oh, what ground? See what issue going on in Lofa. President Baga is giving death here. Then after moving your Koruba again, I had no money coming forward. I'm sorry for those that are paying the taxes, Mr. Andrew. And thank you to the answer you get at me. I really enjoy it. We say we have to be our God. Let's work Baka at the core. I like that answer, Mr. Andrew. I like that answer again. They will always head there. Now we are station, don't listen to it. You let we are, don't listen to the station. Thank you for the time, Mr. Andrew.
All right, patience. Hello.
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Ed Ruben. We call you from Malbak, the Pacific View-less community. I say thank you for your talking point this afternoon. And I always love the analysis, and I always love the King's Essence family because they say the truth and say nothing but the truth. I'll tell you thank you, when you're talking about Yeke Koluba. Whenever you throw stone up in the sky, it never stays, it comes down. So those people that yesterday when they want to campaign, they were sitting over the vehicle, insulting President Weah, their mother, his wife. Oh yes, His Excellency President Joseph Nima then in opposition was sitting clapping, laughing, enjoying. Now it has turned on them. They are just not crying. But I tell you, I will go in my closet and pray that anybody attempts to say they will remove Yeke Koluba, they will go beyond. They will go beyond the great beyond. They will never ever succeed in moving Yeke Koluba. Yeke Koluba will stay. The impeachment procedure, it will turn against each and every one of them who will come to that blood. And I tell Marvin Court, thank you very much. He's a very sound lawmaker, a man that can reason. We need people like that. But instead, we have I don't know, packet boys in our places. Thank you very much. And for this man who are crying to our president, I will go, it will hurt him. It will pinch him. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity this afternoon.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, this is Edmund, and we made a visually internally pushing for the return of President Weah 2029. And at least kudos to the lawmaker, Mary from Bong County, for echoing that issue that has to do with the law. Because it's necessary. That act that brother committed, a very, very immoral act that he committed. And so we talk about it, all of the women then that we saw the last time rushing to the police IG, calling on them to fast track St. Jackson West situation. We're not hearing them speaking of. We're not saying you should go protest. But things that happening, and you saw it in the training on Facebook, as a women leader or women organization, you should come out to say something about it. But they are quiet. Well, thanks be to God that we are picking it, and we hope that some here will be able to pay attention to that. And let's see what can be done to deal, because if this was some serious country, they don't should be resigned. They don't should be packing it there to leave the scene. Because he just created that position that he occupies now. He don't want to occupy that position. We are saying it to him every day, because every time he come up, it's a messy solution that he will create. Look, look, come on, man. We have a strong issue on him, but even, the removal or suspension or whatsoever on Yeke, but if that would be the basis, only the basis of Yeke, one of the key reasons of the president requiring our legislature back, then this is a serious problem. This is a big jump. This is the biggest jump of 2027. There will be a big slap in their faces for the return. Because you telling me the last time this is people offer a suggestion that looking at the situation that happening in Lofa, let us stay around here for at least 1 week. On the return on Thursday, what they were voting on to collect money, put it into their pocket, go to Lofa, while returning, park their car on the road dancing that they are better, that they are together. Because they are boys, they are jokers. Look, these guys could have lived on one, all of them could have been living that place because they are not yet to represent Liberia. The speaker is feeling that one of the reasons. He could have been mad. This is why you always say about that speaker. He's not mad. He's not mature. He's not leader. If even that one of the reasons your president from far in you, you could have kept that one to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But you put that up to our opposition, that one of the reasons why they are calling us back.
Yeah.
To get rid of Yeke.
Yeah, he told Marvin Cole. That is one. That was one of the issues on the agenda. But
that guy will throw Joe Wakati to business. That was
that Peking speaker there.
He's a Peking.
That Peking speaker.
Because President Waka hearing this, he's supposed to know now that, oh no,
This guy cannot be trusted. I cannot depend on this guy because this one could have been kept secret by him. But you put it outside, here we are. What is the man said? Expressing our disappointment the way we are go down. He made the issue over there. And the guy said it's soy. It's soy. So we hope that they'll be able to invite him. Let him hear him. Let him explain himself. But they will
have to give the man due process if they are actually serious. All right. They will have to give him due process if they are actually serious. But they can just, it's not as the way people are saying the political sentiment, the putting into it. You think few people get there and say they're moving the person? A big here. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, fine.
Hi, I'm James, Reliable Timothy, and I call you from Factory Community. Sam Andrew, you know, when I put my radio on, that two things make me call about the general people in the Yeke issue, right? I'm one of the best supporters of Yeke. Anything I can agree with him about, on a Guinea, I disagree with him. When he said, that place is for Guinea. And later the shameless word he added, he said, I stand to be corrected. They put cross the bowler. We make on the labyrinth saw. Put our flag down. They said that place is for Guinea. I disagree with Yeke on that other note.
But you're entitled to your opinion. And you expressing your opinion? Yeah? That's the same way the man expresses his opinion. So what wrong in that thing? People look at the very country. When we play some statements from you from the very government people, you see you say you're Lee Yeke. your way. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sandro, how are you?
Fine, oh fine. And you?
I'm okay. Anyway, this is Eddie Kali. I'm calling you from New York. You see, Sir Andrew, that look at the issue. Nothing at the day. A war impeachment. Sir Andrew, Master, I saw a thing. I saw it on Facebook. Then we hearing that the president will call the legislature back. Just so you think Yeke Koruba. They want to teach our money when they were removing for the cover. Is that the same thing you want to teach our money again? For the removal of Yeke Koruba? The president is not a serious president. What can we see here so? Yeah, they're not knocking woman boss. Woman that don't belong to you. It's an immoral act. That is not a war impeachment. But because they're so selective in doing things, you can't dish out our money again. The same way during the case of Fonadikova, get a poor LRJ, spending like poor money, foolishly. Is that why you come to repeat again? For the removal of Yeke Koruba? Why are you living down there? You don't think nothing down there on a war impeachment? A war impeachment. That is Lou Andrew. That government just a joke. Okay? It's just a joke. You want to dish out our money again. So they come and move on, Yeke Koruba. You don't want to see him.
But they can't move the man.
They can try.
They can move. They can move. Yeah. That motor. The money. They're already losing ground.
On Facebook. The one that they don't date. That almost get a right to issue lawsuit against that they
Okay, Chief.
It's an immoral act. Not make also error.
Thank you.
Where they are, we can't for
hello.
Yeah, somebody. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chief.
Yeah, my name is Hamid from California. Well, Joel, you make conversations from a different way. But sometimes sometimes I wonder all these guys, man, how they really think. What you can say is that an impeachment point. These guys don't want to ascribe our mouth what is happening in Lofa County. Really. Sometimes I really wonder on our country, how really our country is moving to the past. Thank you for enlightening people, man.
All right, Chief. Hello. Hello? Hello.
Hello?
Yes. Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you for the show. I'm Brother James Ebra from Tukata. Actually, for the second to the last caller there, as you say, the second one you made a bad statement. I don't really know how you people want to classify this comment.
So how
it is false. Yes.
no, just wait now, Chief.
So you did that the conductor. It was right. You want to say that?
What kind of
right?
what statement you get made?
It belongs to Guinea.
So what that means now?
No, but you are backing.
No, explain. Explain what that means. What that means?
You got to fight war in Guinea. What's only happening? All kind of remarks and stuff. But that one part you can't take it. But what about why the way people say about you, that you want to back it? So that means you are part of those that I want to take it there.
So what's about the one that your Unity Party Dillon did now to knock that woman body like that? So that one that good one, that other statement, that good statement.
I'm not speaking on that one.
Oh, you speaking on that one,
the point I got.
You should be suffering from a serious mental problem. I was suffering your Unity Party people. Nonsense. You claim to be clean, but you're dirty. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Who is it? I'm
Yeah, let's hear you, Mama.
But anyway, call it man. I mean, say that one, you get what we know. That what time with me. I know can make it. If they everybody, so they need that. They have the issue. So why want us? What you really job? You don't go about do that. They want especially now. Why you want to? What do you do?
They say you can say they play the fighting for in Guinea.
Yeah.
They say you can say they play for Guinea. So they vest. Yeah.
But
yeah.
But they don't know that they play for whoever that come for there. What is set to up? They want get up for that see that is talking. They play for all, but I want to make people that say play. They want the basic say that what they are bring up will get to you. They get the ball for shake their hair. You come and say everything settle. They never say the poor comes. They play for the poor. Thank you.
All right, man, busy. Hello.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah, Chief, you are on the air.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Tomo F. Joseph calling from Johnson Plantation number 2, Montreal, County. Yeah, let me appreciate you for your talking point you have done. You know, especially your platform. You are making the platform to be in a way. You are opposition. You should be able to accept other people to give their own view.
And you giving your view now? And you giving your view? And you
oppose to other people. I know as soon as I try to go again, I say other way you want to cut me off. So that I get try to engage with. I know you cut me off.
No, I'm cutting you off. I said when we're talking, and you say we must give you a chance to express your view. That conversation. So when we're talking now, when you say something, I want to say something too. Then you got to give me a chance to say your own.
I will give you chance. No, that for me, I will give you chance.
So
when I have the conversation, I will give you chance.
So listen now. Are you Unity Party person? Are you Unity Party supporter?
I'm a UP.
Are you Joseph Yima Bwaga supporter?
I'm a proud supporter of Joseph Yima Bwaga.
Are you on the air?
I'm on the air.
That who radio station you also? That Joseph Bwaga?
That King FM.
Who get King's FM?
No, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know,
I get the platform so I try to call on it.
Oh, so you let the thing the people discussing. That's why you use your money and your time to count.
Whatever you're discussing, issue your discussion, so I want to go through it.
Yeah, okay.
That one call for.
Yeah, so I will not call you off now. But when you say things, I make sense, I will call you off.
I get problem with it. But I bet you do a lot. So you want to call me on, you can call me up.
Yeah, but
How you win.
and you get your own radio stations, and you get radio stations.
I get special radio station. Any radio station I see that I can go on, I go there.
So you can go to United Party radio stations.
I know where United Party radio station is. That's the issue.
Oh.
Then we can discuss it. Oh, you laughing? It's like issue you discuss it. Then we can discuss it.
Okay, say what you want to say. I go, Babe.
Okay, thank you. You know, for Yeke Koruba was supported by pure opposition, which is Unity Party and all of Laren. At that time, today he having to get in power, especially while the incident are in Lofa. That is now about politics. Hello.
Oh, my man,
that is not about politics. It's a something Guineans are telling their military to come and call to another person in the country. It's a serious problem. I can hear other friends and brothers saying, oh, they should be able to send our government should be able to send the army there. Someone bringing fire, and in a fire, the particular fire can be able to burn people. You must be able to carry fire to that place, and you have your place in there. I said no. So for you to come out to say they learn a particular land for Guinea, as a lawmaker, we elected him to be a representative.
You want Yeke to be expelled from the House of Representatives?
For me, even I say it now, I'm my own view.
My man. You United Party man. You United Party tall, my man. Tall, God fair Chuba. God bless you. You want Yeke Koliba to move from there, they must take him from there, or he must still be there?
Oh, depends a particular issue. If he leave for him to be question what you have get plan with. If he did it to other person yesterday, if he can do it to my own, that one I view that politics there. But for you to come out, especially thing
but you say, my man, wait, now United Party man, wait. You say the statement the man made, they're not correct statement. That and not about politics, not so to make it. So that the same thing some of his men say they not go. So they wanted him from there. So you agree with the men for Yeke to move from there? You agree with your United Party lawmakers?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
All right. So that is your thank you all for spicing it up. So listen. Yeah, it's simple. Every situation, there is lesson to learn from it, and that lesson is building up oneself for the future. This country has a history of being neglectful mentally. The signs will come, they will overlook the signs. Nothing happens without sign or signs. The signs of Ebola came several ways. We refused to pay attention to it. It hit us. There was when Ebola subsided and then ended, left, not a single person ever said, as a country, as a government, let's prepare for the future. Let's have a contingency plan in place. Let's build a mechanism just in case we have something of a magnitudinal nature coming. We will be in the position. Nobody. The signs of COVID-19 kept on lingering. Again, nobody had the least thought until COVID-19 hit us. When COVID-19 subsided and ended and left, again, we put on the same sloppy mentor. We were neglectful mentally. We did nothing for the future. Fast forward, The signs kept coming for this situation. It started little, we're not paying attention. Little, we're not paying attention. We're looking at it. Here we are with it. The lesson that we can learn as a country, instead of being a loose, extravagant, opulent government, meaning you have millions of dollars running around few people justifying. You have money that is being used, millions of dollars, on things that are not of vital importance in terms of keeping the country intact. What this can do for Liberia now is to sit down and think real good and develop a defense mechanism plan or a defense mechanism for the future. And it starts with developing the military, increasing the size of the military, enhancing the equipment, the capability of the military from equipment perspective, improving or advancing military personnel, and it goes with strong, sustainable budgetary allocation. The legislature, instead of running behind one person to expel, should now be thinking the Security Committee, the Security and Defense Committee of the House of Representatives, the Security and Defense Committee of the Senate, the Joint Security, ahead of the commander-in-chief and everybody within that security sector now need to sit down and develop a defense mechanism, a plan by which Liberia, though not at 100% capacity, because we can be like the other countries, but we can be at a considerable level just in case of any external encroachment or aggression or whatever. This is where you have the government would now have to take on some austerity measures. You have too money, the very legislature. You know why? It's a speaker will go on a scene. If that was another African country or a European country, the speaker returns, they are convening extraordinary meeting with all of the security people. Firstly, with the people, the defense and security people. There's only one item will be on that agenda: how to strengthen the military. What kind of budgetary support or budgetary increment? Look at our military. We can buy nothing for ourselves. We cannot continue to depend on countries all of the time. If America does not give us more, we can get it. But we have the capacity to purchase a MOA. If America does not give us a water truck, we can get it. But we have one person. We have few people taking millions of dollars. Look at look at the legislature salaries. Look at the people in the executive. Look at the people in the judiciary. What much they're doing? What they're doing so much that they're taking enormous money, draining the economy and the country. It's not to say, as a politician, we have to defend our country sovereignty. It's empty of a politician to say that. But it is rational of a politician to say, with this situation that has occurred, It gives us the understanding now to move with the urgency of the moment. To now put all of the monetary mechanism, the security mechanism, whatever in place, and build a strong defensive system. So that in case we have something in the future, we will be in the position. And this is where the joint security, or this is what the joint security should now be telling Mr. President. And this is why a government that is so loose in terms of spending money here and there, you're spending money loosely, you're using money on people to do this, to do that, going after people, all kinds of things, and you're not looking at future factors. Any government that don't pick up the signs of the time encounters problem. And there where we are with the Guinea situation. Look at our number, 2,000 or under 2,000. Too small, too tiny of a number for a country, especially an African country. Too small. If you say 253, and we have the capacity, we have the finance to maintain, to build such a number, we can build our army to 150, 200, even 250. What do we have all the you think the other countries, what are they using? They're using the natural resources, the one that God gave them. They take advantage of other country expertise, call people into the country, train military officials. Those people go. Those that they train, the locals, train other people too. They build the army just like that. They build the army. The great America that we're feeding on today, America built their own army. Other African countries, they build their own army. They use their resources. They enhance the capacity of the military. Because they know that anytime countries border countries, what do you think? What did Trump say? One of the reasons is, it was, I think yesterday he announced a meeting, a fruitful meeting, but from the onset, what did he say? One of the reasons why they were hitting Iran so strong, because they were using their military sophistication and other nuclear stuff to affect the countries around them. Those countries not as powerful as they are. Every country borders another country, and you can tell. We are border with Liberia, with Sierra Leone, with Guinea, with Ivory Coast. These countries, every day they're building up the military. Why are they doing that? Because they can never tell. No one knows the future. Only God knows. But you prepare. They say in terms of peace, prepare for war. It doesn't say you're going for war, but just in case you have a war, you will be in the position to confront or to thwart what might turn to a war. That is the essence of building the military. From time to time, we have always focused everything on the police. Police. And what do you see of police? Everything police. So much so that the police is respected as if the police is the one that is protecting the territorial integrity of the country. Guinea over there, that's Sierra Leone, the other countries. You know what they do with that kind of situation? They've already fortified militarily. They position themselves. We have to learn. We have to learn from the effects of the past. We have to stop being vindictive in our country. We have to look at this country as a bigger picture. Mr. President cannot be telling us we build this country, yet the military honor him. Look at it. Mr. President can be telling us we build this country, they want that, running after this person, making sure they want this, they want that, and your people happy. The law is the law. Come on. That's not how you build country. When you say we build this country, you're talking about such a time like this, such a situation we're in. You look at the military. You enhance the capacity of the military. You develop a mechanism by which the people will be encouraged to join the army. You lower the enrollment criteria for going into the army. Even if the person ain't no book, the military will train that, the military will educate that person. Every profession exposes people. Every profession educates people. People learn on the job. You get lawmakers then, they're justifying why they must ride $80,000 car. They must ride $75,000 car. They must take 10,000 United States dollars home as the next pay. And then the country is not capacitated, but that the same people that want the police, the military, just in case of anything to protect them. And they sit down over there. They gave themselves a huge chunk of the budget. Momo Sarrazin sitting down over there as head of the Senate Committee on Security. The other man in the House of Representatives, I don't know his name. Instead of pressing, it's not just to say you're chairman of Security Committee. Go in other countries, see what they do. See the Security Committee chairman. See the kind of legislation he put forth from a security perspective. It's not just enjoying the accolades or the niceties. Honorable Chairman of the Senate Committee on Security, Honorable Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Security. Because only praises, nothing extra. Military men, security person will have seen this thing far ahead and immediately move to Mr. President through the necessary protocol and say, Mr. President, this I foresee that we'll have this, we'll have that. Let's do this, let's do that. Let's be proactive. Because security people, they read the signs. They are far-sighted. Somebody just get security friend by opportunity, then he says chairman security committee. What kind of warfare and other things that they went through. So they don't read the signs of the time. Military men know the signs of time. When there is a problem from a security perspective, the man senses it in his experiment. He said, look, something is about to happen. Your move, your retreat, your counsel. Because he knows the signs of time. That security is something in there. That instinct is there. So we have to, this has taught us a lesson. It has happened. So let's try to build our system. Let's try to build the military. Let's focus more on the security. Let's enhance the capacity of the security. We cannot be talking about domestic security, external security. We are not doing anything. It's not just talking. No. Let's try now to reorder priorities. Do reordering of the budget. Put more money into security, more money into defense. Ensure that Liberia has this, Liberia had that. Let Ghana there. Ghanaian government. They gave a reason why they are purchasing a private jet for the president. Let's try to learn, man. Everything that happens, and so get you having or preparing for the future. We've had COVID-19. It hit us hard. We didn't learn from it. Ebola before COVID-19 hit us hard. We didn't learn anything from it. COVID-19 hit us hard. We didn't learn anything to capacitate ourselves as a country. Now we have this. We have this. Who knows? Nobody knows how long the Middle East war will last. Trump say as long as they can go, even though he held a fruitful meeting according to him, but the war is still on. No one knows how long it's going to last. They're trying to find solution too. We do not know how long this thing going to last. Nobody wants it to last longer. But something has to be done. People at the border, those people are displaced. They're lacking so much. Speaker goes there to only make political statement. They say in times of peace, prepare for war. That means build your capacity. That's what it means. That statement, in times of peace, be prepared for war. It means you don't know the future. Anything can happen at any time. So you build your capacity in every area, just in case there is an attempt to hit, or you sense, you see the sign, you will be in the position to neutralize it. Because you will have been capacitated. You will have already capacitated yourself. That's what that expression is all about. It's just a caution for the future. That don't lose sight of yourself. Don't leave yourself vulnerable. That meeting, the recall of the legislature, if that's going to happen, is not necessary for Yeke. Yeke should not even be on that thing. They should not elevate Yeke. Mr. President, is people should be talking about now how to capacitate, how to enhance the readiness of the armed forces of Liberia and other security institutions of this country. That what a commander-in-chief, sound commander-in-chief, he goes to that meeting and Yaka Kolba on the list, he will take that paper and tear it and say, it is not about Yeke. I'm not here to give Yeke Kolba credence. Let's discuss about what is unfolding in the country. How do we move as commander-in-chief? He sits as commander-in-chief. He doesn't sit as a political person to discuss political issue. That is why if it is on that agenda, then sorry to say, those guys know that they can use President Bouaka anyway. But as commander-in-chief, you sit as you in your military capacity. That's why they say commander-in-chief. You in your military capacity with the Minister of National Defense on your left, the other person on your right. On your right, the other person on your left. Nothing over there is political. Every decision and every discussion is security, is military, is everything. They don't discuss anything politics. That is why it does not make sense to put Yeke Kolba issue on that recall. To tell you that the people around, they're just inexperienced and hateful and petty and tiny mentally. Serious situation we have. Then he's talking about expelling somebody because he made a statement. You consider that man irrelevant. Let him go with his statement. Discuss the issue. Look at what is unfolding. The guys are stayed there. They are 45. That is the concern. That should be the priority of the government. That should be the priority of the legislature. And now about one person making a statement and saying, "One is expel." You get serious thing. The same what Jesus told the Pharisees. He said, you concentrate on the petty things and leave out the wealthier matters. The wealthier matters. Meaning, why you elevating things that you ought not to elevate? It's not a priority. Yeke is not a priority. They always try to make Yeke popular. That's why Yeke continue to shout and scream all over the place. How I like former President Weah solution. He looked at that whole thing. He said, "But why should I be concentrating on the men people here? From today, you leave Yeke." Yeke told in the certain time, he got tired because he was not hearing anything from President Weah. He was not hearing anything from President Weah people. He read to talk. He talked whole day, every day. Nobody picking up, nobody laying him down. The same thing came out. Some people said they were taking from there. The men look at it, they say, "Well, it does not make sense." Senator Francis Dopo, at the time he was representative, he stood on the floor. When some of the CDC people say, "Oh, they come here and spare Yeke," the man say, "Oh, come on, it does not make sense. If Yeke calls President Weah. President Weah has every right to take action against Yeke. But we cannot allow ourselves to be used as surrogate against our own. Yeke directed everything to President Weah. Francis Dobo said President Weah has every right as a human being, as a president, wherever after his presidency, he can sue Yeke or he can pass it through his lawyer. But let us not use ourselves, let us not allow ourselves to be used that we come in to do XYZ to our own colleague. That's how that whole thing died down. President, we are not giving that man credence. He thought, Yeke got tired sitting down there. The people were asking, Yeke in the country? Yeke in the country? We're not hearing Yeke causing it because President, we had not had no time for him. The guys in the legislature, they had no time. They just said they got tired too. I tell you, that's how Yeke and I joined to a man. He started supporting Unity Party man. That is our president. He said, oh God. We got serious thing to do, man. Your leader Yeke, man. Man. They say every family get high-headed child. So that is from government to government. I see y'all. That's all the time. Thank you all. So before we go, please. Amen. No, I thought to do this. Please, let me do it in the next 2-3 minutes. We've got, you have the information already, please. Whatever you can, please drop in our box. We need you. Drop it in our box 055-885-885 055-885-885 055-885-885. That's the same wave out of Liberia. The local mobile money number 077-017-885 077-017-885. Please, we need you now, then, before. You did extremely well before, but we have reached the turning point called transition. We need you. The boss himself made it clear, meaning the announcement. So we need you, please. Whatever, drop it. At this point, we need money, M-O-N-E-Y, money. This point, we need money. Whatever amount, please. $10, $20, $50, $75, $100, $150, $200. We appreciate it. It will be of great help to us. We are at the crossroad. Again, the number 055-885-885. That's the same wave. 055-885-885. The local mobile money number 077-017-885. 077-017-885. Lastly, these individuals, these ladies, please, we beg you, we stay finding it difficult to get their names. These are the ladies, their identity, meaning you can see them, you know, coming across any one of them, or you know any one of them, will just need you to get to them. If you know, if you are unable and you know where the person is, you just get to us, we'll go there and deliver their information. We beg you, it's vital. These ladies you see on the screen, please, very important information for them, and we need to deliver their information. Help us, please. If you know them, if they're in Nukutan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, you say, oh, this lady that's so and so, her name so and so, she in Uzbekistan. We go to Uzbekistan and deliver her message. If you know this one and say, oh, that's so and so person there, and Cecilia, Kings FM people, yeah, that's Cecilia, she live in Uzbekistan. We'll go to Uzbekistan and deliver CC message. We beg you, please. That's it. That's it. That's all the time we've got. Again, we need you. Please drop whatever you can in our box as we are about to transition to move from the known to the unknown. We're leaving from the known to the unknown. Thank you all for spicing it up. Please, the basket is with you. Yeah? We'll continue to remind you because everybody can forget, but you have been doing well. Thank you so much for everything. So the news is on at 6, and then at 6:50, Isiaka Sharif and Josephine Pello Johnson are in with CDC Hour, and then you know exactly what comes on at 8 o'clock. Face the issues with the teacher of the land, the light of the nation, the evangelist, and Anthony at Law, A.B. William, which you can afford to miss. If you miss the show, you'll be losing 1/3 of your life existence. Don't miss it. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. This is how we go home.
Yeah, 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 oh. Yeah, 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 oh. They broke down our headquarters, but it didn't break our soul. CDC stands stronger, we are ready, we are bold. From West Point to Point 4, from New Crew Town to Congo, all are welcome here, together we will grow. CDC is our party. George Weah is our leader, standing proud and hardy. This party's for the people, for the common man's fight. CDC is more than a structure. CDC is a way of life. Oh. Hey. We are Shian CDCians and the common people too. We build this new foundation with red, white, and blue. No matter where you're from, no matter who you are, in CDC's big family, you'll always have a part. CDC is our party. George Weah is our leader, standing proud and hardy. This party's for the people, for the common man's fight. CDC is more than a structure. CDC is a way of life.
From the latest news to your favorite tunes, we've got your back morning, night, and afternoon. Join our family, connect with your crew. Kings FM 88.5, just for you.
More fire, more heat.
Kings 88.5 FM.